We're getting reports from the Coast Guard about a developing situation at the harbor front. We have a lot of unmarked container ships approaching. They're refusing to identify themselves. Over.
Is under attack!
Мы накормили грифов, и мир видел нашу мощь. Теперь освободите небеса.
Освободите небеса!
The Russians took us by surprise. We had been at war for almost 4 months, and still we couldn't understand what was happening. Even as artillery shells started exploding on the streets of Seattle, many people just stood there, stunned by shock and disbelief. War can be fascinating to watch on TV, but up close and personal, it's a whole other story. Imagine your office blown to pieces, your car thrown about like a discarded glove, and your friend lying on the street, his body torn to bloody shreds. That was the reality in Seattle on that fateful day in the fall of '89. The Army was fighting in Europe and elsewhere, and our Navy was supposed to protect us from an invasion. But they failed. They were fooled, as we were all fooled, by the Soviet ruse. But as the first Soviet tanks started rolling off those freighters, a few of us tried to organize a desperate defense. We were not about to give up without a fight.
Yes, this is Captain Bannon. I'm trying to reach the Major. What? Who's in command then? What do you mean, I am? How the hell should I know? We have to fall back and regroup. Come in. Zulu 5, come in.
What is it?
Mr. President, General Morgan, we have a situation developing in Seattle.
A situation, General?
Communications have been sketchy, but it appears that Russian troops have managed to sneak into port using disguised cargo ships.
Let me get this clear. You're saying that we have Soviet soldiers on American soil, General? That we've been invaded?
Yes, sir. It seems more are coming in. We have precious few units in the area, and they're putting up what resistance they can.
My God. What are our options?
They're rather limited, sir. If we start pulling divisions back from Europe, we'll lose what control do we...
I know. But don't we have anything to defend our own country with?
I've ordered what units that we have to go west, sir.
Who's leading them?
Colonel Sawyers, sir. He's as tough as they come.
Well, he better be. Assemble the staff. Situation room, 20 minutes.
Very well, Mr. President.
We fled east with the darkening sky behind us lighted by the many fires downtown. Some have later called the retreat organized, but I think it only seemed that way because we were all running in the same direction. Seattle was lost the moment those ships entered the harbor, and there was never any real chance of our holding the city. I try not to think about all those we were forced to leave behind. Captain Bannon kept us in a semblance of order, but I'll never know whether we were actually obeying his commands or they just happened to coincide with what we all thought best. We followed the freeway into the suburbs, with the war close on our heels. Some artillery had already landed in the area, and I remember seeing a broken swing set lying on its side next to a blackened crater. I think that was when it hit me. We had been invaded, and nothing would ever be the same again.
Here he comes.
Lieutenant Parker, good to see you alive. And Captain Bannon, seems I can't get rid of you.
Seems that way, Colonel.
Well, from what I gathered, you did a decent job in organizing the retreat, but I'm prepared to let bygones be bygones. Screw up again, though, and you'll pay.
I won't, Colonel.
We'll see. This is Captain James Webb, and this is First Lieutenant Parker and Captain Bannon. They fought with me in Europe.
I hear it was tough going over there. Sorry I missed it.
You shouldn't be.
We need to see about blowing that bridge so the Russians don't roll over it. Get back to your units. We'll take it from there. You there! What's your unit?
Washington National Guard, sir.
Don't matter. I need an orderly and you're in. Get your stuff. We're moving.
Come on, man.
Now, soldier.
That's gonna take a while to rebuild.
Yeah. What's that thing?
This, my friend, is a portable CD player.
Portable?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
What's the sound like?
I'd show you, but the batteries are dead. I wish I could find some new ones.
Watch out! Stow away that toy, soldier! But it's from my daughter, sir! Go! I should stow him away, cabron.
Goddamn maniac. Let's see if we can get a ride back to the rallying point.
Yeah, I need to get back to HQ.
Mark, it's about goddamn time that you called. Your mother's worried sick, you know that? I thought we agreed that you'd call at least once a week.
I'm sorry, but you might have noticed there's an invasion going on and...
Yeah, and you guys turned and tail and ran, and that's what we get with a bunch of spoiled brats defending our country.
We didn't have any choice. You know how many men we lost?
In my day, wouldn't have let those commie bastards come ashore in the first place. We would have fought them to the last man, with bayonets if we had to.
Yeah? I don't remember you winning any wars.
We won the battles, son. And if your father were alive, he'd cry to see what you've become. First, that business in Europe, and now you can't even hold your ground when the commies are in your own damn backyard. You goddamn sissy. Mark. Yeah, I'll tell your mother you called.
Earl! Damn it.
By blowing the highway bridge, we actually managed to slow the Russians down. For a while. The colonel led us south and we met little resistance along the way, but Bannon and Charlie Company kept lagging behind. Bannon blamed the mud, but I think he was secretly hoping to get away from the colonel. Eventually, we reached a small town called Pine Valley. It was decided that we would make a stand there and wait for reinforcements, but first, we had to retake the town from the airborne forces that had gotten there ahead of us. Most of the men hadn't slept for 2 or 3 days, and the colonel only allowed a few hours of rest. But I never heard a complaint. Everybody knew what was at stake and what we were fighting for.
Whiskey 5, come in. I can't get reception. Keep trying and tell me as soon as you get through.
Damn it, Fido, get over here before he craps all over you. You get it? Colonel Sawyer, sir!
Captain Bannon, Captain Webb, Lieutenant Parker, let's get started. This is the town of Pine Valley.
Sir, I just talked to Colonel Wilkins. He's been delayed and his battalion won't be here until...
Return fire and get a medic over here!
Now listen up. We're here. Ivan is coming from this direction, and we've been ordered to take and hold the town until Colonel Wilkins arrives with reinforcements.
Yeah, it's about time we showed those commie bastards.
Bannon! There is a supermarket here, and I need you to secure it. Now, Webb and Alpha Company will support you. And make sure you get it right this time. Are we clear?
Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
Parker, I need you to take this gas station ASAP. Please take care of that sniper. Get to it! Where the hell is that medic? All right, people. Wilkins' battalion is on the way, but Ivan is moving fast down the Seattle freeway. We expect him to attack us within the hour.
Sir, what if Colonel Wilkins doesn't make it?
Can it, Captain? I want your tanks to bolster the defenses of the gas station.
But, sir, my tracks are pretty beat.
Bannon, you come with me.
Look, Captain, I don't care if your tracks are shredded. We're gonna need every available unit. Now, can I count on you or not?
Yes, sir. Of course, sir.
Good, get out of my face.
Webb, you set up positions to the south. And Parker, you dig in around the supermarket. You are in reserve, so be prepared to move if needed. We have to hold until Colonel Wilkins arrives. Dismissed. Well, if they make a determined attack, we won't be able to hold out for long. How far out are you?
Only a few miles, but we're having trouble with Soviet scout units.
Well, don't be too long, or we won't be here when you arrive.
USS Missouri requesting contact with U.S. forces in Pine Valley. I repeat, this is USS Missouri requesting contact with U.S. forces in Pine Valley. We need target coordinates if we are to provide accurate fire support. I repeat,
We need target coordinates to provide accurate fire support.
This is Eagle 6 in Pine Valley, and are we glad to see you, Missouri. We need fire support at Foxtrot 6 and Echo 5. Over.
Roger that, Eagle 6.
Fire for effect, Missouri. Eagle 6, out.
Hold on, you're not listening to me. Yes, I am. You've told me your name is Michael Thompson and you're not with your National Guard unit. So, Mike, why do you expect to receive your National Guard pay? I'm sort of with the regular army now, and we're up in the mountains fighting, but... Are you actually in the regular army?
Not officially. I kind of got swept up during the retreat from Seattle.
Then have your company clerk file a 451-A.
Look, our company clerk got his head blown off 2 hours ago. I need that money, and I need it sent to my ex-wife in Chicago before she...
Mike, I can only pay you...
Or an actual current spouse. That is if I could even pay you, which I can't unless I get a 451A. For the ex-spouse, I'm gonna need a declaration from a court.
A declaration from the court? Have you heard? We've been invaded.
That doesn't change anything. We have rules in this country for a reason, and if we...
I swear, I'm gonna beat these damn Russians, and then I'm gonna hunt you down. How do you like that?
Yeah, hunt me down with a 451A, and I need it in triplicate, Corporal.
After Pine Valley, the Russians pulled back and tightened their perimeter around Seattle. Unable to mount an attack ourselves, we waited, nursing our wounds and trying to anticipate what would happen next. Not long before Christmas, the Russians made their next move. Several regiments attacked east up into the Cascade Range, and it soon became apparent that their objective was Fort Teller, the headquarters for the Strategic Defense Initiative, or as the public popularly dubbed it, the Star Wars Project. What we knew, and they didn't, was that the project was a bust. If the Russians reached the base, they'd realize the whole thing was basically a scam, that we had nothing to stop their nuclear missiles from striking our cities and military bases. We couldn't let them figure that out, so we moved east as well, taking the fight into the mountains and trying to delay the Russians, while Colonel Wilkins and his people at Fort Teller dug in as hard as they could.
I suggest we fortify these crossings and then blow up the bridge.
Yeah, that should buy Wilkins some time.
That won't work, sir. We don't have nearly enough
And
men.
what will you have us do? Roll over and die? If Ivan gets to Fort Teller, we'll have a global thermonuclear war in our hands.
Hey, must be a Russian scout.
Damn it! We need to get moving. You won't be needed here, Bannon. I'm sending you 10 miles northeast on a recon mission.
Understood, sir.
All right, then. Wilkins is counting on us. Let's get to it.
Hola.
Isabelita? Cariño?
Hi, Daddy. Where are you?
I'm on a fishing trip in the mountains, sweetie. It's beautiful here. Snow everywhere, and the air is so cold you can see your breath.
I want to see snow too.
Soon, corazón. Soon.
Who is it, Isabel?
It's Daddy.
Daddy? Can I talk to him, honey?
Mom wants to talk to you.
Okay, take care, cariño. And I'll see you soon, okay?
Hugs and kisses, Daddy.
Anton?
Yeah.
Honey, are you...
I'm all right, and I'm gonna stay all right.
So stay at your mom's, and I'll come and get you when it's over.
But when will that be, Anton?
I don't know. Listen, I have to go.
But I'll call you as soon as I can, okay? I love you, mi cielo.
We met Colonel Wilkins at a small town called Cascade Falls, not far from Fort Teller itself. The town had been evacuated not long before, and it was decided that we would hold the area while Wilkins dug in at a narrow mountain pass to the south. Colonel Sawyer planned on luring the Russians into the center of town, where we could concentrate our defenses, but there were a lot of Russians coming, and not that many of us left. Unlike before, we could not retreat, because if we did, Fort Teller would fall, and Armageddon would follow in its wake. We all knew what that meant, and were determined to hold no matter what. Even Bannon seemed to have finally found his way. He was quieter than usual, and I remember wondering what was going on in his mind.
This will be our final stand. We have to stop Ivan from reaching Fort Teller.
What do we got in terms of support?
The Air Force will be flying CAS missions around the clock, but don't count on them to turn the tide. I'm not gonna lie to you, the Russians will throw everything they have at us, and we have to hold no matter what.
We'll hold, Colonel.
We've come a long way, gentlemen, and I trust that you will do what is needed when the time comes.
Colonel Sawyer, sir, the Russians have reached the outer perimeter.
And so it begins. Get to your units. We'll teach Ivan the price of invading our homeland.
Mike, where are you? Mike! Come on, hurry up! Mike, we gotta leave, carajo! Mike! Hurry up! Come on, let's go! Mike! Mike!
Captain, I'm scared.
Yeah. Me too, Thomas. We're doing the right thing. They'll remember us for this. Gunner! Target tank, 11 o'clock!
Identified!
Servo up! Fire!
On the way!
Gunner, fire at will!
On the way!
Eagle 6! Eagle 6! This is Bannon. The Russians are renewing their attack, and they're coming at us with T-80s, BTRs, and BMPs. I also see infantry moving from house to house. This must be the big push. I've lost 2nd Platoon and most of 3rd Platoon as well. We're holding, but they're breaking through. I'll try to pull back a little and get them to follow, but we won't last much longer.
Understood, Captain. I appreciate what you're doing.
Sir, I just want to say I'm sorry.
No need, Captain. I'm humbled to have served with you.
Thank you, sir. Bannon out.
Yeah? Is this Colonel Jeremiah Sawyer?
Retired?
Not anymore, Colonel. You've been recalled to active duty. We need you in Europe.
I was wondering when you people would call. Has Ivan giving you a hard time?
The Russians have proven more resourceful than expected, Colonel.
They've made significant gains in Germany, and most of the 6th Fleet has been destroyed.
Yeah, I heard. So I guess you want me to go to France?
Affirmative, sir. You will command a combined U.S. and NATO task force with the order to drive the Russians out of southern France.
You do know why I was discharged, don't you?
Well, all has been forgiven, Colonel.
I didn't ask for your goddamn forgiveness. You people got us into this mess in the first place.
And now you're standing there with your pants down wondering what to do. Well, that's what you get with a bunch of sycophant bureaucrats making all the decisions.
Do you accept the command, Colonel?
When do I leave?
A small band of ragged defenders fleeing the nuclear explosion in Cascade Falls had come a long way from the proud battalion landing in France in the early fall of 1989. It was months before the invasion of Seattle, and the Third World War had already been raging in Europe for several weeks. The outbreak had been sudden, if not unexpected. High-level diplomatic talks were still going on when Russian tanks started rolling through the Fulda Gap and on into West Germany. The diplomats had failed, and the armies had taken over. The U.S. Sixth Fleet was destroyed during the initial fight, and the Russians followed their success with an amphibious landing near Marseille. The French army was pushed back hard, but U.S. reinforcements soon arrived to join a counterattack aimed at throwing the Russians back into the Mediterranean. We were all part of that endeavor, the unproven warriors of our generation, spoiling for a fight and happy that our time had finally come.
Then we'll flank them to the right while the cavalry draws fire.
Oui, but we do have a problem.
Captain Bannon reporting for duty. Ready to kick ass and take names, sir.
You're an hour late, Captain.
I'm sorry, sir. I got held up by this girl in the village.
Your excuses don't interest me. This is Lieutenant Parker, and this is Commandant Sabatier, our French liaison officer. Charlie Company is waiting for you by a farm just beyond this patch of forest. You can actually see it from here.
Yeah,
Get over there now. We're moving into the attack within the hour.
Yes, sir.
Very eager. He'll be dead by dinner.
We'll see. Where were we, Commandant? You lost one of your officers?
Yes, a sous-lieutenant. The fool stepped on a mine.
Parker can handle that command.
You want your lieutenant to lead my men? But that is unheard of.
Do you doubt the competence of my officers, Commandant?
Vous arrogants américains, vous pensez que vous dirigez le monde comme il vous plaît? Ah, c'est pas possible. Incroyable.
Nous avons une guerre à gagner et je vais faire ce qui me semble nécessaire. My decision stands. Now let's get to work.
Zut alors!
The Russians proved to be tough adversaries, giving ground only when they absolutely had to and making sure we paid a high price for every yard we gained. But after a few days, a gap opened in the Soviet lines and Colonel Sawyer ordered several companies through. The Soviet headquarters had been found, and we were to destroy it as swiftly as possible. If we succeeded, the Soviet defenses would collapse and France would be liberated, but if we failed, we would be cut off from the main force and annihilated. It was a daring move, typical of the Colonel. Always aim for a killing blow. Everything else is a waste of time and energy, he said to us once, and that motto seemed to permeate all his decisions. He was always certain, but the world was not. One uncertainty was Captain Bannon, who was acting like a loose cannon. We all wondered what it would take to bring him to heel.
Allô?
Bonjour Colette, c'est Jean.
Jean, espèce de salaud. Tu devais m'appeler il y a 2 jours. J'ai cru que tu étais mort.
Jamais, mon amour, jamais, je te promets. Alors tout va bien?
Il y a eu un autre raid aérien hier. On a constamment des coupures d'électricité.
Salauds soviétiques. Mais bientôt, on sera débarrassé d'eux. Nous avons fait beaucoup de progrès avec les Américains.
Alors, vous gagnez?
Oh oui. Oh, le colonel américain. C'est un vrai salopard. Ses plans de bataille sont complètement farfelus. Mais ça marche.
J'ai rêvé que tu étais mort l'autre nuit. Je me suis réveillée en pleurant.
S'il te plaît, calme-toi, mon amour. Je serai de retour très bientôt. Nous irons sur le balcon pour discuter. Jusqu'à ce que le soleil se couche. Ensuite, on verra.
Tu retourneras auprès de ta femme?
Oh, allons, mais enfin... Ma femme m'effraie bien plus que les rouges. Mais je m'occuperai de ça aussi.
Sois prudent, d'accord?
Allez, ne t'inquiète pas. Nous nous battrons demain, mais je t'appelle dès que c'est fini. Je t'aime, mon amour. We'll move our vanguard across that bridge.
Those bastards would be well fortified.
Oh, yes. I've ordered an artillery barrage to commence shortly. It should shake them up some.
No quarter should be given. I want these locusts gone from my country.
After today, they will be, Commandant. Parker, I want you to lead the attack. Bannon will be in reserve.
Reserve? Sir, my company should form the spearhead.
Your tanks will be needed soon enough, Captain.
But sir, we might miss the battle!
Is this about fame and glory, Captain?
No.
You'll find none of that here. Now go brief your men.
Yes, sir.
That's our cue, Parker. Get your unit. Jump off in 10.
You don't understand. I still have unfinished business in France.
Sir, others can wrap that up. We need you elsewhere, and we need you there now.
Where? Germany? I thought we were...
Not Germany, Colonel. We want you to go to Russia.
Russia? Now we're invading them?
Not an invasion, sir. Reconnaissance.
We're sending you to Norway, where you'll take command of Task Force Raven. Your mission is to infiltrate the Soviet border and retrieve intelligence from a downed aircraft.
What about my men?
You'll bring your officers with you and liaison with the Norwegian Rangers when you arrive.
I have some doubts about one of my captains.
There are no replacements to be had, Colonel. We're losing officers every day just holding the Russians at bay in Germany.
All right, I'll make do. When do we leave?
We're arranging a flight now. Godspeed, Colonel.
Bannon was never officially reprimanded for the death of Commandant Sabatier. Instead, the colonel took him aside just before we boarded the plane to Norway. Bannon seemed to chasten when they returned, but it was hard to say whether the colonel's words had any lasting effect. Our mission was top secret. We got our briefing when we arrived in Kirkenes in Norway. We were going to be dropped near Murmansk inside the Soviet Union, where we were to locate a crashed prototype stealth bomber. It supposedly carried some sensitive information, so it was imperative that we reach the crash site before the Russians did. Several teams of Norwegian Rangers would be assisting us. Their commander, Major Johansson, was a hard-set man who'd already led 4 missions across the Soviet border. He didn't talk much, but his competence was clear, and we all felt good having him as a guide in that cold and hostile country.
Coax! Coax up!
All Bravo elements engage infantry at 12 o'clock!
Sir, something's not right!
Didn't you hear me, Corporal? Fire!
On the way! Up!
Cease fire! Cease fire! Why did they advance like that? How are we supposed to know?
Madam, I've been trying to reach you. What the hell happened here?
Sir, we just...
You just what, you idiot? Did you kill these people?
Well, I thought they were attacking and...
With what? With broomsticks? Take a good look at your handiwork, Captain. We'll discuss this later.
Harriet Bannon.
Hey, Mom. It's Mark.
Marky, are you okay? Where are you?
Look, I know I haven't called in a while. I'm sorry. We've been kind of isolated.
But where are you?
Not in France. Is Earl around?
He's out hunting rabbits with Frank and Emmett. Listen, how are you, Mark? Really, your letters, well...
Wish I could come home, Mom. Thought I'd do some good here, you know? Something Dad would have been proud of, but it's all just kind of screwed up.
Listen, honey, I'm proud of you. And I'm sure your father would have been too.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't be. I've done wrong. Some things.
If you did, you didn't have any choice.
I don't know, Mom. Hey, Earl always drinks when he hunts. He hasn't...
A little.
God damn it, Mom, you said you'd leave him if he did.
Mark, It's not easy. Where would I go?
Anywhere he's not. That son of a...
He's my husband, Mark.
Okay, Mom. Whatever.
Look, I gotta go. Gotta kill some more commies and make Earl proud.
Take care.
Mark?
We had barely gotten out of the area when we got orders to head north to a Soviet naval yard on the coast. The information we'd retrieved from the plane wreck indicated that several nuclear submarines were tied up there, a greater number than usual, as if they were preparing for something special. It was decided by the higher-ups that since we were already in the vicinity, we would go in and destroy as many subs as possible before the Soviets had a chance to react. I think the colonel had something to do with that plan as well. It was just his kind of mission in so many ways. Take the enemy by surprise, wreak havoc, and then get the hell out of there before they understand what's happening. Again, we would be operating behind enemy lines, on our own, without backup. It was almost getting to be routine.
Approaching the LZ now. All clear. Check your altitude.
All right. The Norwegian Rangers report that the refueling process has started, and that gives us precious little time. Those subs must be destroyed.
30 seconds!
I expect 0 screw-ups today, and that means you, Bannon. You hear?
Touching down at 5.
We launch in 10. Get going!
Napalm delivered. Heading back. Over.
Did I wake you, Captain Webb?
Colonel Sawyer?
How are you, James? Wide awake, sir. What's up?
How's your knee these days?
Still a bit stiff, sir, but nothing I can't handle.
So, you're fit for combat duty? Damn straight, sir.
The folks at the medical review don't know their asses from their elbows.
I heard they made you a Ranger School instructor.
I've asked for a transfer to a combat unit, but
they refused me twice. Good thing I outranked them. I'm gonna be needing a new company commander. You up for it?
I'm all yours, sir. Just itching to get into this damn fight and do some good.
Then pack your gear and meet me at Fort Bragg in 4 days. I'll arrange the transfer.
Roger that, Colonel. And thank you.
Yeah, I should have done this a long time ago. Now get back to sleep. Yes, sir.
Just as the plans we found indicated, the Russians hit our naval yards at Little Creek in Norfolk a few days later. But they had to do it with a reduced number of subs, and since our people had been warned, the attacks didn't cause much damage. Of course, we didn't know back then that they were going to invade Seattle a week later. No, back then it felt like we had succeeded, and it was time for us to go back home on leave. We'd been fighting continuously for weeks on end with little to no sleep, and most of us were at the end of our ropes. Bannon didn't talk much on the flight back. There were rumors that he was responsible for the deaths of several Russian civilians, and the colonel was having him transferred out. But nothing was confirmed until we were approaching New York, where several Ranger chalks had just been lost in fierce fighting against an incursion of Spetsnaz commandos.
Listen up, there's been a change of plan. Spetsnaz commandos have staged an attack in New York. They've captured a lot of gear and a bunch of VIP hostages. We're going in to rescue them.
How are we going to...
Not you, Captain. You'll be in support during this mission. And then I'm having you transferred out of the battalion.
But sir,
I just don't know where to send you. Preferably somewhere far away as possible. Parker, I got your request for leave to visit your family in Seattle. Think Bannon would like it up there? I'm sure I can find a supply depot that needs a desk jockey.
Sir.
Now get ready. We'll be landing in 10 minutes. Order the strike.
But it's the Statue of Liberty, sir.
And this is war, son. Do it!
Eagle 6 says we are go mission. I repeat, we are go mission. They're on their way, sir.
Good. Now get me Lieutenant Parker.
Yes, sir.
I see green smoke! Tell them to abort, damn it!
This is Eagle 6! Abort! Abort! Abort!
Good work, Parker.
You have one new message.
You've reached Earl Davis and Harriet Bannon. Leave a message after the beep and we'll get back to you.
Hey, Mom, it's Mark. I just thought I'd call to let you know I'm alright, but, I guess you're out, so... We've been fighting in the mountains for a while now. It's cold. Almost as cold as it was in Russia. Food's scarce, too. Funny thing, you wouldn't think food would be a problem when you're fighting in your own country, but there aren't many stores around here, and most of them have been looted clean. Anyway, we're holed up in a small town called Cascade Falls, and it looks like there's gonna be a big battle tomorrow. Commies are coming at us with everything they got. We can't let them through, because if we do, it'll all be over. I wish I could explain, but it's kind of a secret. I'm gonna do good tomorrow, though. God knows I've screwed things up before, and I probably should have stayed out of the Army in the first place instead of signing up because of what I thought Dad would think. Well, that doesn't really matter now. Tomorrow, I'm gonna do good, no matter what it takes. Take care, okay? Bye, Mom. I love you.
As the mushroom cloud above Cascade Falls slowly dissipated behind us, we fought on in a blasted wasteland with trees singed black by the wave of searing heat. But at least we were alive. Bannon and the men in his company were not. Their sacrifice had been the key to stopping the Russians, and now Fort Teller was safe. We had to destroy the town in order to save it. But back then, I think the irony of that was lost upon us. The EMP from the nuclear blast had effectively silenced the radios, and what was left of our battalion was scattered over the surrounding countryside. We lost contact with the colonel early on. It soon became every man for himself as we tried to get reorganized and fight off Russian stragglers at the same time. The blast had been more powerful than anyone could have imagined. We thought the worst thing that could possibly have happened just had. Little did we know what was to come.
Mike! Has anyone seen my friend Corporal Thompson? Hey, you! Have you seen my friend Corporal Thompson?
Hey, Ants! Over here!
What's up, man? There you are! I've been looking for your sorry butt all over. Where have you been?
You tell me, man. We were driving out of Cascade Falls. Next thing you know, I'm lying on a stretcher. Medic says I'm gonna be alright, though.
Did you hear about Bannon and Charlie Company?
Yeah, those poor brave bastards.
You need to get off. We're leaving.
Hey! Thanks for coming to see me, Ants!
You! I just wanted that fancy new CD player of yours!
Go to hell! I'll meet you at the rallying point!
Later! You people told me they would sit this one out.
That was based on the intelligence that we had at the time, Mr. President.
I don't think anyone in this damn government has any intelligence. So they're coming here? What do you propose we do to stop them?
We have two options, sir.
pull 2 divisions from Europe and send them to retake Seattle before the Chinese arrive.
But then we lose Europe and the war.
In all probability, yes.
What's the other option?
We wait until the Chinese come ashore.
Then hit them with a B-83 strategic nuclear device.
Hit them after they're ashore. Ashore in Seattle.
Yes, sir.
So, you're suggesting we wipe one of our major cities off the map?
It's our cleanest shot to destroy the Chinese, Mr. President. Otherwise, we risk losing everything.
What forces do we have around Seattle now?
A couple of battered battalions. The ones that stopped the Russians at Cascade Falls.
But not enough to retake the city.
We could order them to try, but I wouldn't get my hopes up, sir.
Order those battalions to attack, General. And if they fail, as a last resort, order the nuclear strike.
Mr. President, I'm sorry that it's come to this.
Sorry. Yeah. That's all, General.
As we were catching our collective breath and trying to reorganize, word came down that China had finally entered the war as an ally of the Soviet Union. The Chinese invasion fleet was steaming towards Seattle, planning to use the Russian beachhead to get ashore. The USS Missouri had been sunk a week earlier off the coast of British Columbia, and there wasn't much left of our Pacific fleet to stop the Chinese. So we moved west towards Seattle and the main Soviet defense perimeter. Webb said the men needed to rest for at least a day, but the colonel pushed us on, saying we had to see this thing to the end before it was too late. Later, when we learned about the president's backup plan, we understood why.
That would wipe out the entire city.
That will be our only option if you fail.
Understood, General. We'll do what it takes. Eagle 6 out. It's a new war we're fighting, Corporal. I'm not sure I fit in anymore.
Sir?
Never mind. Get over here. We have to achieve a breakthrough today. The President has ordered a nuclear bomb dropped on Seattle if the Chinese manage to come ashore.
Seattle, sir?
It'll make our failure at Cascade Falls look like a Cub Scout picnic.
But we didn't fail at Cascade Falls, sir.
When I'm forced to sacrifice a company of my men and drop a nuclear weapon on my own country, call it a goddamn failure. I won't let it happen again. Assemble the men. You'll get your orders shortly. Get us to the CP, and step on it!
Yes, sir.
We were racing at full speed towards Seattle and could actually see the Space Needle when Division Headquarters ordered us to halt. They wanted to consolidate our forces and make sure that the reinforcements caught up. The colonel argued against them, saying that we had to attack quickly or we would run out of time and Seattle would be turned to ashes. But HQ sent us into Puget Sound instead to retake a bunch of islands. The Russians had put up anti-ship defenses there that we were to capture for use against the Chinese. During this, the colonel was called away for consultations, and Webb, who was now a major, was put in charge in his place. Everyone was itching to get the main fight over and done with, but first we had an island to take. We would do it as the colonel would. Swift and merciless.
Shouldn't you be with the colonel? The colonel's on the mainland! Did you hear about the nuke on Seattle? Did they nuke Seattle? No! But the president is going to if we can't throw the Russians out! But that's crazy! Come on, you two! Come on, advancing! Hey! Don't lose this, man! Yeah, might as well. I can't find any batteries anyhow.
Hello, you've reached James Webb and Nicole Warner. We're not here right now, but please leave a message after the...
Hey, baby, it's me. Pick up the phone.
I know you're there. Look, I'm sorry, Nicole. Please pick up.
James, I just don't have anything more to say to you.
But we're talking right now, aren't we? I'm real sorry, Nicole. But you know I had to do this.
No, you didn't.
You could have stayed here with me. I just can't handle it, Jamie. If you die...
Baby, I won't. Look, everything's gonna be okay. Don't worry, all right?
If I survive the nuclear explosion, there isn't anything that's gonna hold me back.
Oh my God, were you in Cascade Falls?
Don't worry, I'm not glowing in the dark or anything. But the Colonel, I think he feels that we failed somehow, that we should have been able to stop it. And now, he's trying to make up for it.
Trying?
How? What's he doing? Don't let him make you do anything crazy.
Look, honey, everything's gonna be all right.
I gotta go, okay? Talk to you soon.
Wait! I love you, Jamie.
Love you too.
Thompson residence. Martha Thompson speaking.
Mom?
Michael, is that you? Where are you? How are you?
Listen, Mom, we don't have much time. This is my 4th try. We might get cut off at any second.
I thought the phones didn't work since the attack.
They do sometimes, Mom. Listen. You have to get out of Seattle.
How, Michael? More soldiers on the streets?
There's a curfew after 5, and they shoot anyone who breaks it. They shot at Mrs. Flanagan, and all she was doing was...
Not now, Mom.
You have to get out. I don't care how. Maybe you could sneak through the sewers or something.
Good God, through the sewers?
This is my home, Michael, and I'm not leaving it for those Russian pigs to loot. If your father was alive, he'd say the same thing.
Mom, the president has ordered that if...
What? Michael, I can't hear you.
If we fail...
Damn it, just try to get out, Mom.
No, Michael, you won't fail, whatever it is. And I'm going to stay here until this thing is over and done with.
Mom! Damn it.
We returned to the outskirts of Seattle where the final assault group was being assembled. The colonel reassumed command. The orders to retake the city no matter the cost. We all knew the price of failure. And so, early on a Monday morning with artillery rumbling in the distance, the attack was launched. Even with our reinforcements, we were way under strength. But what we lacked in manpower, we made up for in determination. We managed to force the breach pretty quickly, and the colonel led us through it into the center of town, near the main Soviet base. As usual, we found ourselves behind enemy lines, overextended, and without reserves. And when the colonel finally called us together for a final briefing, Major Webb took me aside. He might have led us too far this time, Parker, he said. Just be careful, okay?
You're listening to Radio Free Seattle, and today we have a special guest here in the studio. The Honorable Reverend Powell has a thing or two to say about the Soviet occupation. Reverend?
I know that we're in a time of war. My brothers and my sisters, trouble don't last always. Over every mountain and through every valley, we shall prevail. Power to the faint and to those that have no might. Your strength shall be increased. We must never give up. You got to hold on till every battle has been fought and every victory has been won. We're gonna shout hallelujah. 'Tis over and 'tis done. So no need to worry and no need to cry. I can see the dawning of a brand new day. You're gonna make it. You're gonna make it. We're gonna be victorious.
Wilkins Battalion is coming at them from the east, while we press on from here.
Sir, this seems pretty ambitious. How much time do we have?
Not enough. The Chinese aren't very far out. only got one shot at this.
I understand, Colonel. But if we tried a flanking move...
Don't you think I've looked at all the alternatives? I've done nothing but that. This is the only way.
But sir, they'll expect us...
Major. You have both been informed of the battle plan. I expect you to do your utmost to execute it.
Sir...
Dismiss.
Target in sight, heel left, and arm your CBUs.
The day is ours and Seattle is secure. Well done. Well done indeed. Webb, you're in charge of the mop-up. There will be some who won't surrender. And I want casualty reports from both of you.
Sir, we should all...
Get a medic! Hang on, James. You're gonna be all right. I should thank you, by the way.
For what, Colonel?
For questioning my judgment when it needed to be questioned.
Don't worry about it, sir. Don't worry.
Where the hell is that medic?
Thanks, man. So, is it over?
Pretty much. They're rounding up the final stragglers now.
So, I guess we did it, huh?
I guess we did. Hey, so you finally got that thing working?
Yeah, I finally found some batteries. You want to hear it?
Yeah, sure.
Here you go.